To become a doctor, you need to know a lot about the human body. And so we're creating exact replicas of organs and body parts for trainee doctors to use. Hi, I'm Professor Paul McMenamin, and this is the amazing machine that's helping us to do it. This is a 3D printer, a type of industrial robot that is used for making three-dimensional objects, just like these ones. It works by printing an object layer by layer until the whole 3D structure has been recreated. And so let's go through the process of turning this into this. First up, we need to scan the body part we want to replicate, and we do that by using special medical imaging machines called CT scanners and an MRI machine. These pieces of equipment use techniques that scan the body in slices to make images that include bones, soft tissues and blood vessels. So we take data from CT scans like this and turn it into a 3D rendered image like this. The 3D rendered images, which are still made up of individual layers, are then sent to the 3D printer. Our 3D printer is a powder-based printer. Some are plastic, but this one spreads a very thin layer of powder, 0.1 millimeter thick, over this bed or platform. 0.1 millimeter, that's about the thickness of a piece of paper. The printer arm, which holds the inkjet nozzles, then scans across this powder layer, laying down an image of the slice of the body part being printed. The ink contains a special bonding agent which turns the loose powder into a hard material. It's a bit like adding milk to flour to get an instant hard biscuit. So once the printer lays down one image, the printer arm spreads a thin layer of powder on top of that coloured image and adds layer and layer at a time continuously until it's complete. It can take hours to add the several thousand layers, each of which has an image on them. And at the end of the print run, we end up with a block of powder, some of which is loose, as it has not had ink printed on it, and some of course is solid, as it is part of the 3D object that was printed. So when it's finished printing, as you can see, it's all covered in a fine, loose white powder. When we remove that, sucking it up and blowing it away, we end up with our 3D print. To do this, we transfer it to a special airtight chamber and blow away that loose powder. It's a bit like uncovering an amazing coloured fossil in some loose sand. We then dip it in some hardening agent which bonds everything together and brightens the colours. So now we have an exact replica of the hand that we wanted to copy. Pretty amazing, huh? The other amazing thing about being able to print 3D anatomy specimens like this is that it allows us to rapidly produce multiple copies of any dissected body part at any size scale. Which means a whole class of trainee doctors can be looking at the same anatomy specimen at exactly the same time, all thanks to this amazing 3D machine.